summer school, and today, by Mark's request, we are getting a lesson in flower arranging using flowers from our own garden or our neighbor's garden. Our teacher is the founder and CEO of Farm Girl Flowers, Christina Stembel. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much. You know Mark, okay? So teach us, what should we know? What's important about using flowers for flower arranging?
Yes, well, flowers from your garden are a little different than commercially grown flowers.
Okay.
So something to know is you're going to want to give them a good rinse when you bring them in.
Why?
So yeah, because you know you
Little
might get
ants,
little
little
critters
bugs,
that come into your house. You don't want them to come in.
I had a frog in my hydrangeas.
Yes,
little frog.
yes.
Yeah.
We had a frog infestation once. So you want to give them a good rinse, but you don't want to wash the heads of them on the roses. You do. We'll get to the hydrangeas later, but for roses, just the stems.
Okay.
Okay.
Then the biggest tip that I can give, if you just walk away with one thing, it's vase size is really important. So the biggest mistake people make is they use this giant vase.
Yeah,
yes,
and they kind
like
of flop.
6 inches, they flop all over, and they're like, I have to, fill it with 100 stems.
Right.
Look at this one. This is like 2 inches.
The neck.
Yes, the neck. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we're going. It's less is more for this with garden roses. But the other thing is, some garden roses grow like this. These are called spray roses, right?
Aren't they pretty?
And some are just single stems like this. You want to start with the clustered roses.
Okay.
Yes, the spray roses.
And what do we do?
So you're going to cut them with these clippers here at a 45-degree angle.
Like that, right?
Yes. The reason you do that is that way it will get more surface area to drink water. Yes.
And how much do I cut? Just the tip?
So kind of look at where you want it here. You want it to go right above the lip of the vase for this first one. So
Like
just
that.
like maybe an inch shorter.
Like that?
Like that.
Yep. Yeah, like that. Now you're going to put it in, and you're going to make it tilt to the right or
Tilt
the left.
to the right, okay?
Yes.
I'm tilting it to the right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you're going to take another one and do the same thing on the left.
Okay.
Or the right
Okay.
on yours, Mark. Yep, same thing. You're always going to start low in the vase and then build up and out from there.
I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's another mistake people make. They go really, really tall. There you go. You got your base. Okay. I would put. Let's do one more, maybe orange in yours, Mark, and then you can either do either color.
Another spray one?
Yes, that's spray one. And now go a little bit taller than this one over here.
little bit
you did
taller.
great.
See that?
Staggered them
Little
all a little
offset?
bit. Yes, staggering the stems. Good job, Mark. Great
Maybe I
job.
can do this.
You can. Now you build a foundation, right? So now you can do some of the big-headed flowers like this.
Big-headed flowers.
Yes, just the single ones, and you're going to put it through. You kind of weave them through
Same-
the
Weave
spray
them
roses
through.
to the left and the right. You're always pointing left and right.
Left and right.
Yes, and you're going to stagger the stems. So this one do an inch or two taller than the other one on the other side.
An inch or two taller.
Yep.
Just the tip.
Yes.
Just like
now,
that.
sometimes they're really they go in different directions. These are more
This is
firm
already
stemmed.
looking really good.
Yeah, they're
It is
very
looking great,
firm
right?
stemmed.
Yeah, so you just kind of want to go in the direction they're going into. So that's great.
Mark, you're going to save a fortune.
Now this one I would keep kind of longer and maybe put over here. Staggering, kind of think of it as a stair step. Stagger
know.
the stems left and right. You guys are pros. This is great.
You know what? We like flowers.
This is very therapeutic as well. I like it.
All right. This is looking great.
That's good.
See? Good job. Really good.
I feel like I need one little
You can do little
floppy
piece around.
one.
Yeah,
I
right.
need a floppy one.
Good job.
I'm not even,
Mark, I'm very impressed with that. Very
honey,
impressed.
that
That's
is
sweet.
gorgeous.
Yeah. And this one maybe you can go a little bit lower.
Lower,
see?
yeah.
There you just staggered the stems.
Yeah.
Perfect. It looks great. Looks really, really good.
Somehow
you can even
yours
do one
looks
more
more
over here
whimsical.
if you wanted.
What about
Maybe a
thorns?
taller one. Yes, thorns. Okay, so if you can just bear through it, leave the thorns on your roses. It
Really?
helps them open.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that one I would stagger either taller or shorter.
But
Maybe you can go shorter.
didn't you teach me that I could open them with my
Yes.
fingers?
You can. These
you
are great
taught
ones
me
to do.
that,
You know
right?
how to reflex it?
Yeah.
You can reflex
Yeah.
the roses just by that's what we did last
Did you know
time.
you could do this?
Reflex
You
them
could
like this.
actually force your flowers open and make them look
Yes.
like really different.
Yes, the drier the petal, the better when you're doing things like this.
These petals are a little moist.
Yeah.
This is
So you
great.
don't
All
rip
right,
them like that.
when we come back, flowers arrangement ideas and how to make your own arrangements last. Welcome back. We're continuing our flower arranging class with founder Farm Girl Flowers, Christina Stembel. What's next?
All right, so I hear you have hydrangeas in your backyard.
My
Love
favorite.
hydrangeas.
These are our favorites.
Awesome, wonderful. So one of the coolest things about hydrangeas is they get half of their moisture through the head, through their petals. So you want to give them a dunk. This
Do you
is
do
just
that?
a little trick. Just
Yes.
dunk them in the water.
I always spray them.
Yes,
You can
and
spray
then
them,
once
right?
they're arranged, just taking a mister bottle and spraying them helps
Okay.
a lot. And they literally they'll be all wilty, and give them an hour and they'll
And
come
they
right
come back to
yes.
life, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so the other thing is, if you don't have a ton of them, a trick is to do a tape grid on top of your vase, just like this. You pretend you're making an apple pie and you're just gonna lattice top it.
But if you have a ton, you don't really need that.
You don't need that
right.
if you have a ton. But we're gonna do it in that way, and then just to show you how you're gonna give them a fresh cut, 45-degree angle, you're gonna start low. Again, all flowers start low in the arrangement.
Start in the middle?
Nope, start in the left or the right. Pick one of the holes in the left or the right there.
Okay.
Yep, and now lean it that way, just right over the base. Now you're gonna do it on the other side.
Ooh, I think I went a little too low on
And I'm
that
gonna take some out of here. Now you're gonna do one in the front and one in the back. So you made a quadrant of 4.
Okay, quadrant of 4.
And
Look
lean
at
it
that.
this way now. And I go a little shorter on that one.
This one? Okay.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep, same here.
Ooh. Okay.
When you're cutting these to another, can I show you on this one an example
sure.
really quick? When you're cutting them outside, a lot of people ask where to cut it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to cut it at a joint. This is what I call joint. This one is a great one to show you on.
Okay,
So
so-
you're going to cut it right here if you're cutting it outside.
Above
There's
the
probably a
joint?
joint right here where
Okay.
it's cut as well.
At the joint or
At
just,
the joint.
Okay.
At the
Actually,
joint.
Another tip with hydrangeas, a lot of people feel guilty when they're cutting from their garden, right? They're
Yes.
like, oh, I don't want to take it from the plant.
That's why I
right?
use my neighbor's garden.
Very smart, very, very smart.
It's probably good for the plant,
It's
right?
good for the plant, though. Think about how you deadhead at the end of the season.
Yes,
You're doing
right.
the same thing. You're giving more space for it to grow more.
You're pre-deadhead.
Yes, you're pre-deadheading
Yes.
them. Perfect. All right, now
Okay.
you've got the 4 in. Now you're gonna keep, here's a longer one I'm gonna give you. Don't cut much off of these.
Okay.
And you're going to put it, actually I'm gonna give you the shorter one because yours is a little shorter than hers. You're gonna keep it long.
Keep it long.
Yep, and then put it in at an angle to the left or the right. So my favorite design of a vase is a V shape. So I always
Yeah.
think of going left and right, not center. and then you
Left
leave a
and
valley in the middle. So you're gonna keep doing that. You need one on the back there too,
Okay.
Mark. There you go. Here's another one. Need for one right
Thank you.
there.
Thank you. Look at
So
how
I give
nice
it
this
sense.
looks.
Yeah, it does. It looks really
All right, so what if
great.
you don't have a garden to pick from?
Yes, if you
Where'd you
don't
get
have
the
a garden,
hydrangeas?
I, until recently, lived in a little tiny one-bedroom apartment, like most people do in the Bay Area. So
I'm very excited
that's
about this.
beautiful.
I
Look at
mean,
that.
I don't know if anybody notices how pretty that
So good. So good. So if you're not lucky enough to have garden roses or
Yeah.
hydrangeas in your backyard, but you have some trees, never fear, you can still make something beautiful like this.
Right.
You can cut anything from any tree. So today we have some eucalyptus and some ruscus.
That smells so good.
Okay.
I always try to do at least 2 varieties though. So that way either you get different colors or you get different, like we have some of the green and we have some of the blue here. Now you want to start with the greens when you're
Okay.
making this arrangement.
Okay.
So maybe put a couple pieces. Here's a piece of ruscus for both of you. You're going to put same thing on the, let me go further down so you both
Okay.
have
Yeah,
space
yeah.
here. You're going to go
Okay.
on the left and right. Think V shape. Crisscross the stems in the
Left
vase.
and
Left
right.
and right. Take all the foliage, Mark, that's a good example, that will fall below the water line off.
Okay.
You can just cut them or just tear them with your hands off. It's kind of therapeutic that
It
way
is
too.
therapeutic.
Right? Yeah.
What about if your neighbors aren't home? Can you borrow their flowers then?
Yeah, I think that, if you're good neighbors,
Yeah. I mean, what if you bring them like
Yes.
a Little Debbie cheesecake
or
as
just
a
make
thank
2.
you?
Make 2 with it and
Yes.
give them one back to them
Okay.
with their flowers.
Always left and right, yeah?
Yes, always left and right. And then at the end, once you put in some of the greenery here, left, right, keep building left and right, crisscrossing the stems.
So build
and
it up,
X.
build it up,
build
build
it
it
up,
up.
build it up. We don't put any of the flowers until the very end because they're going to expire sooner. So the other thing is if you're having like a dinner party and you want this to be really fresh for it, the flowers aren't bred for long vase life, right, from your yard. So you want to put them in just like maybe 2 hours before because
I
they will
see.
expire
So you can
sooner.
put all these in
Yeah.
and then just dip the
pop
flowers in at the very
flowers
end.
At the end. And you don't have to use all these types of wildflowers. I just used a lot of examples so you could see something that looked kind of similar from your yard. You can always take out the flowers and then just replenish the flowers from your yard every couple of days if you want that, or the greenery will last 3 or 4 weeks on its
Whoa.
own.
Really amazing.
Yes.
And
I
how about,
love
what do
just
you
green
do for the
bouquets.
water when you're adding flowers to the water? Is there a special like formula? I always get this
Oh
little
yeah,
pack
we always
that comes.
people
Yes.
are telling us
What's in
Like
that
this?
pack?
Yeah. Little packets like
Yeah,
that.
what is that?
Flower food is really good for it, and for your
Oh.
flowers. However, though, if you don't do it right, it can be bad for it. So what I like to do is make my own flower
Okay.
food.
Okay.
This is what I do when I started at Farm Girl. I just made, I would make it in 5 gallons, but 1 gallon is what I like to do at home for myself. So you just keep an old milk jug or something underneath the sink, and every
Okay.
time you change the water out, put a little bit more in it.
Okay.
You're gonna use a 1/2 cup for a gallon, a 1/2 cup of lemon juice,
Okay.
a 1/4 cup of sugar, and a tablespoon of bleach.
Oh.
Yes.
Huh.
Just put that in a gallon.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, right? The bleach kills the bacteria.
Yeah.
The sugar gives it some, like sugar. Like we like sugar
Yeah.
too, right?
Right.
Some
Everybody
food.
likes sugar.
Right.
And the acid is good for the flowers.
And how
as
about
well.
temperature
Wow.
of water?
Temperature, yes. Okay, so if you want the flowers to open, so say you're having a dinner party, you have those garden roses over there and you want them to be really open, put them in warm water and then put them in the sun, and that will help them open.
Okay.
But if you want your flowers to last a long time, don't put them in warm water, put them in cool water and keep them out of sunlight.
Out of the window.
Out of the window. Do
Got
not
it.
put them in the sun. Everybody thinks like flowers want sunlight, not after they're cut. They want to be cool.
They want to be cold.
Yeah, even at night, what I do.
Can you put ice in?
You can.
Yeah.
I don't. Usually, what I do at night, I'll put it out on my flower arrangements out on the patio or something, so that way it'll stay cold overnight, and then bring them in the morning.
Listen, I
incredible.
really
Thank you.
enjoyed this.
Yeah.
This is
I did
great.
too. Thank you.
For more info on Farm Girl flowers and anything you've seen here, go to our website. And coming up next, we're going to open up the inbox.